All right, y'all. Well, we are, it's time for our first pit stop. Let's see what I did there. First voting break. However, before we go to break, we want to welcome to the stage none other than the fearless leader of Project Safe, Executive Director Joan Pretty. Let's give it up for Joan.
Are you all having a good night? All right. You know, Aaron and Josh told you about how much our services have grown over the years, but my office has always been, for almost 25 years, in the emergency shelter. And so I hear the music that the survivors are playing when they're celebrating, when they're trying to relax. And I think about, you know, it was hip hop the other day. What did they dance to 30 years ago? What did they dance to 40 years ago in the shelter? This is our way of blowing a kiss, not only to the founders of our organization who worked without resources, without much acknowledgement in the community at all, but also to survivors of domestic violence, the bravest folks I know. People who reached out when no one really was likely to even believe them. A week ago, one of our staff members was in Atlanta for a meeting, and a survivor came up to her. A woman came up to her and just said, was talking, where do you work? She said, Project Safe. She came back with a note. She had stayed with the shelter over 16 years ago. She said, thanks for letting me stay so much extra time. You changed my life. You changed my kids' lives. You changed their kids' lives. When we started, people could stay 2-3 nights. It was like the Underground Railroad. You stayed in someone's house and then you moved on. And even into the 90s and early 2000s, you could stay 30 days in a shelter. Partly because that was the norm, but partly because the federal government that we got a large grant from said that's how long you can stay. And we thought that wasn't right. We thought people needed more time to rebuild their lives, more time to heal. And so we turned away that funding from the federal government, and we turned to this community. And we said, will you help us? And Athens, you did. Athens, you did. So that family that got to stay months and months and months and months and the better part of a year to generationally change that family, they say thank you. The thousands of other people that we have helped in the years since say thank you. So even if you have voted already, go to the table, vote again, Venmo at Project Save, text to donate, give us your cash, whatever. We will take it all. But support our lip sync teams, support survivors of domestic violence, and join me in blowing a kiss to all those brave people decades ago.
All right, y'all, another round of applause for Joan. Y'all, she doesn't love it when we say it, but 25 years she mentioned. 25 years she has been at the helm of this organization. That's insane. And this organization would not be what it is and where it is without her dogged determination. Raise your hand if you've ever been able to say no to Joan Pretty. Pretty much nobody's raising their hand.